Hey, this is Greg McIntyre with McIntyre Elder Law. Oh, we're sideways today. McIntyre Elder Law, helping seniors protect their assets and legacies. And we're here today. I'm here with Nancy Fichter. Hey, Nancy.
Hello.
We're working on the Peace of Mind app, okay? And is Robert not here today? The Englishman's not here today?
No,
The Brit?
take care of it.
Okay. So we're minus Robert today, but so no marketing. But we're going to be finishing. I hope that we're going to be putting the finishing touches on the Peace of Mind app today. I have a presentation with it on Wednesday. We have a presentation with it on Wednesday. I want you to come.
I know, I'm coming.
Okay, so
What time?
networking's from 7:30 to 8 at BNI Shelby at the LeGrand Center. Okay,
Where in the LeGrand Center? Upstairs?
go upstairs and walk straight back. There's classrooms on the right.
Right.
There's usually classrooms. One of those classrooms, probably about the middle classroom. Okay,
7:30.
I want to be there early. Okay,
What time do you want to be there?
I'll work it out with Molly McKinney. If you had time today and the app was working, we could probably meet Molly over there and test it. I want to go over and test sometime this week. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to put you down. We're going to work on that today on finishing that out. You've seen us in the past. We might call, who is it, Peter or Max now? I don't know. One of our contractors. We might put them on a call today. We might have to spot check them on a couple of things. But I'm just absolutely excited to be finishing the Peace of Mind app. It's an application for presenting to your clients for estate planning and elder law. There's many other spin-off applications from it. It's for, the entire presentation and sales process is wrapped into the app. You display it on the flat panel television through your iPad. Instead of using a whiteboard or a flipboard, and it's going to be a really, really cool tool.
What garbage am I doing? You're just talking.
Huh? What do you mean?
It's just so funny how that I was looking like I'm very busy.
Oh, yeah, I just talk and you work.
You're just sitting up there presenting yourself.
I'm gonna just put this thing. I've got a new tripod, which I'm pretty proud of. It's really cool. I'll show you. So I have all these flexible tripods. That is one of the new tripods that I got. That's actually meant to hold. That comes with an iPhone. Okay. Which is actually really cool. And I've used it a few times to shoot some of our shows and things. But anyway, this, by the way, any of your comments, I wish I was there looking at them and responding to them. I'm just going to film it. All these shows and periscopes that we've done on the development of the app, and I wish I'd been doing them for the last, how long have we been working on this? 8 months? At least.
Well, no, I mean, it's been about a year since I came to you for the other project. I think I was in
Yeah, and we made
September.
headway on it, and we need to pick the ball out something like the
September.
10, 15 yard line. We need to pick the ball back up on that, but we need to finish this first, right? So we got other things cooking too. And this will become a channel, okay, on lawyergreg.com, okay, which is coming, which is not my client website, but the technology site where you'll be able to purchase the app, see a lot of other technology products that we're developing for the legal field, not just estate planning and elder law. And there's just a lot of things coming, a lot of things. In fact, we took off yesterday. I will show you, I call it a color map or a color plan, where I love to take these colored pens and large poster boards and draw out these complicated plans on how that I'm doing. That's my best way to do it that I know right now without a flip chart. I like the poster board because I feel like a kid doing a project, It just clicks for me that way. So, but, I had 2 of our case managers in here yesterday, okay, that were working with me, which most law firms would call paralegals, but they're case managers.
Is that a technical term for North Carolina?
Paralegal?
No, case managers. I mean, is there a difference? You have, if they're not they haven't gone through official training for paralegals, do they have to be called something different? But
Yeah, okay.
count-
That's one of my big gripes, actually.
But
is-
do the actual exact same thing?
So I think that's just a misconception. So the term paralegal, if you work in a law office, many times you were called a paralegal.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And you may have training that far exceeds somebody who's a certified paralegal. You know what I'm saying? But you can receive a certification. I think it's a 2-year and a 4-year certification for NC certified paralegal as well, and be dubbed an NC certified paralegal and demand a higher salary. I have case managers, okay, which is totally different.
Okay.
I just bypass that whole concept altogether.
What's the difference in their responsibilities?
They're very compartmentalized in what they do.
The case managers?
Yes, and they work. To me, a case manager too. What are you doing? You have responsibilities of working with the client, of bringing the client along, right? Information gathering, in your doc creation process, right?
Right.
So the case manager, to me, just even changing that term, to me, just means something totally different for that person in that role.
Yes.
So literally, you are paired. I can tell my clients, you're paired with a case manager that walks you through every step of the process. I'm always available should you have any questions. I'll give you my cell phone, and I do.
Yeah.
And I'm your attorney. But you're going to love being paired with a case manager. That's a free service we offer, right?
Right.
I even have that in the fee contract as part of the free services we offer, because I try to put all value in the fee contract.
Right.
Right there. Sign here, here, and here. And here's why. You know what I mean? If you buy something, they're going to go over all the options with you. If they're doing it right, they should. Okay. So the case manager can pull out all the details.
Okay.
Cross all the I's, dot all the T's, switch that. Yeah. And just make sure all the details are in place before they get back with me and review.
Yes.
It makes my time more efficient. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, we were going over a plan with a client. I was drawing out a plan, this huge plan, okay, complicated plan, and different percentages of savings that I was going to be able to give him in certain scenarios and benefits plan. Okay.
But that's good to point out, because even though we're creating this app to somewhat eliminate the hands-on paper and pen.
Well, usually it's just me drawing a legal pattern.
Right. But it's also good, though, that even though you have that, it's important, especially for certain clients, that they want to see raw materials.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you're working with elderly people.
I agree. But here's the question yesterday is, can we switch and instead of working on a piece of poster board with Sharpies, one of them said, and almost jokingly, you should make an app for that.
Well, we have it in the app
We have a whiteboard
that can do that.
feature within our app.
Because the point is having it all inclusive, not having
Yeah, we have a whiteboard
little
feature.
bits and pieces here and there that you still have to pull together. It's
In our app.
all already pulled together.
And it will save all whiteboarding you do. You can do multiple whiteboards per client. That's a good point, Nancy. But I think you can still drill down, so there could be a next layer to the app, okay? When you're doing, say, Medicaid,
Right.
emergency Medicaid planning, things like that, which is kind of a specialized thing. You could have it would definitely be a higher price point too for that app, okay? So I think there's a next app for Medicaid crisis planning, okay? A detailed planning tool, okay?
Just for Medicaid.
Which will be very illustrative, much more artistic and very, you know what I mean? Much
Just
more
for
hands-on.
Medicare emergency.
I think you make it for planning like that. Yes, not that it couldn't have other uses also, but I think that's the base. Yeah, right now that's where it lives in my mind. And that's how I'm using it on paper.
Well, that would be a very specialized app then.
I think it would be very specialized. but I think because of the cost of development and time it can take, I think it would have a specialized price also. Okay.
Okay.
I have to go down the hall for a second. And then
Because
we have to download the new.
yeah, and I want to clarify something
Okay, I'll be right back.
afterwards. Yeah, some of the other ideas that we have and how I originally came to meet up with Greg is that my father had dementia, and he has since passed. Gosh, it's just gone 6 years. That's incredible. But not long after that, my mother also was diagnosed with dementia. Two very, very different types of dementias, but nonetheless, the same road path, the same path. And about a year ago, my mother broke her hip and ended up in the hospital. And among all the other responsibilities I had taking care of her, you know, I had businesses and the hospital themselves and everybody like wanting information, you know, important legal documents that I was still kind of getting a hold on. And I just felt there had to be a different way. I mean, as a caregiver, I mean, you should be focusing on the person you love because they need you there. They need you to hold their hand. They need you to make sure that you're taking care of them. And part of that care is to make sure all of, you know, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed for all these legal documents. And it was just extremely time consuming. That was taking me away from what was really important, and that was providing love and a sense of security to my mother, that things were going to be okay. Because with dementia, she didn't completely understand why she was in the hospital, and it's scary when you have strangers coming in and out and doing, you know, tests and questions and all of that. And so they really look to those people that they, whether or not they remember you, there is an internal sense of knowing that that's a trusted person. And the type of dementia my mother has, she has not forgotten me because I'm there with her nearly every day. She's now in a nursing home. But I came to Greg because of his legal background, because of his programming background, to develop an app, and which has become, at this time, multiple apps to assist people like myself with caring for elderly relatives. And at this point, it was my mother. But also seeing her having to go through the similar struggles with my father. It's something very stressful, both physically and emotionally. And I feel that this app in particular is going to help the clients and people like me get, like my parents' affairs in order, either before or after. I mean, there are things that you can do after the fact. And then the other apps, the one that specifically that I came to him for, will help those caregivers be able to organize those papers and get them to where they need to be and when they need to be there.
I'll tell you, if we were logged in on Periscope right now on the computer, we'd be able to see any questions that come across. Which we'll do, okay? In a second, because I want to make sure that I install the new Peace of Mind app on here. I'll go ahead and pull it up though.
Yeah, I get really frustrated working with some of that.
What?
Um,
Periscope and stuff?
no, with the app, every once in a while, I'll start playing a little more and breaking it a little more. And
Is it breaking? Is it breaking?
no, it's just, well, the one thing that I had, the pieces to be completely independent of one another,
What's the password?
2004, that the tools is still connected to the assets.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get rid of an asset, it's going to get rid of the tool instead of being completely independent. The only difference they've done now is that they haven't put the little form up saying, would you like to delete the tool at this time? They've just kind of taken away a step, but it's still the same.
Okay. You can show me.
But, let me see, is this Kraus? Yeah, okay. Is Kraus the one that you had talked to before?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know that you want to have the VAPT, Veterans Affairs, Veterans Asset Protection Trust. That's what you want, okay?
Yes, correct.
All right. Right now.
Because that's what we call it.
All right. Because, and he's not the only one,
Yeah.
but he calls it the Intentional Defective Grantor Trust.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So which one do you want? You want, because we'd have to remove the VAPT, and the IDGT, and then just define it as Veterans Asset Protection Trust. And maybe in the definitions section.
An asset protection trust, or in this case, I would say a Veterans Asset Protection Trust is an intentionally defective grantor trust. Why don't you just use this as the definition?
I did, but we don't have, but underneath it we have, under the tools section, it's IDGT.
What's this thing saying? Notice we have worked upon most of the areas that you had mentioned in your comments. There are a few functions, such as the combine function, that still need to be worked upon. This is just an update. We need the combine function working.
We need it all working. Are you?
No. Oh, let me start up this here. See, okay, so when you go to your Twitter account, it's going to say live on Periscope plan, right?
Right.
So if you go to the live on Periscope, and for people watching on Periscope, if you go to live on Periscope, if you go to your Twitter feed, you're going to see the link. And you're going to be able to actually play the entire feed right there, okay?
Right.
Which is something I don't like, because I would rather, actually I just want to see it live. That's playing it from the beginning, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's still live though.
Should be. I'm sure it'll come up. Maybe because you've just started? Or can you fast forward it?
No, you can't. See, I want to see all the,
So what's Stephanie's title?
what do you mean?
Well, she's in the picture as like a main employee. So what's her?
She's worked with us on and off for years. She does a lot of Social Security disability and things like that. Just different things. She's still a customer service.
Well, I know she does a lot, but I just
as
didn't know.
involved as she used to be.
Yeah, she talked about in the early days. It was really fun. She'd have the babies around her legs.
This says ended
Doing
15
stuff.
minutes ago. Does it not? Does that say ended 15 minutes ago? No, it's still broadcasting.
I was gonna say I had a really good spiel there.
No, it's still going.
Can we get it downloaded? I actually do have to leave though, probably about an hour.
Okay.
Love that.
I wanted you to take the whole morning out.
I don't have that much time. I never have that much time. You gotta be kidding me.
You've got much time. So let's download this one. So I'm downloading the new build.
Next Saturday is Halloween. I don't know if I have. I tend to go. I'm going to the church in the evenings on Sunday, so we can do all day Sunday morning. But you gotta go to church.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to go Sunday morning. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm going to go Sunday morning.
Well, tomorrow I have to do donuts anyway.
I did donuts last week,
I know.
so I don't know. I mean,
But see, we've been going to the Baptist church Sunday evenings and doing choir practice and Bible drill. And, because there's a lot of kids his age, a lot of kids. And they're really child orientated.
really,
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I was talking to some of the people, I mean, and actually half the boys are in his Boy Scout troop, so that works out well too. And then we do RAs on Wednesday, and that's kid orientated. He likes that. We do the fun. We do some stuff still at the Presbyterian Church, but
which Baptist church?
East Side.
Oh,
But I mean, I've gone to the sermons. I like the sermons. I just don't get there every Sunday to do the sermons. But we go almost every Sunday.
I think you're still a Presbyterian at heart, though.
I'm just a Christian at heart.
You are. But I'm just saying, we're just kind of.
Boring?
No, I don't. Maybe, are we boring? I just think we're very free and, well, you know. It's not like all. We're just allowed to do whatever we want to do.
Yes.
Kind of, you know what I mean?
Would it surprise you that I mean, I was baptized a Methodist, but I was also baptized
I was raised in the Southern Baptist Church.
Wow.
You're a Methodist, Mormon, I'm Presbyterian.
Yep.
And see, I'm a Presbyterian too. I don't care.
No, I just.
That's cool with me. This is not a religious show.
I think I could be like, what is it? What are they called? Jewish People for Jesus?
You're also Jewish? Interesting.
Well, you know what? Throughout my life, most people think we're Jewish. Because my dad's name was Barry, which I guess apparently it's an Irish name. Apparently it's a very Jewish name as well. It's kind of, I know this is all stereotypical, which was ridiculous. How he worked really hard, he had a big nose. I mean, it was just ridiculous, and people just. My sister got her first job because they thought she was Jewish. Jewish family. When I was investigating other churches, they said to my mother, they said, that must be awful. And she goes, why? Well, she's becoming a Christian. He goes, well, I'm Christian. Really? We always thought you were Jewish. I'm like, I mean,
Huh?
I think it's.
I appreciate all cultures,
All they do.
variety.
I love taking my religious classes, and I think I could be Buddhist too.
Think you can be maybe you can be everything.
I am. I probably am. That's what happens when you grow up in an international community. I mean,
You grew up across the world.
I learned about Jane. Oh, this was funny. We learned about Jainism. Now, I don't really know what Jainism is about at the moment.
I do not know what Jainism is. What is Jainism about?
I'll have to.
Nancyism.
Well,
this went up to 40 meg. The app size about doubled.
But we had a guy at my school who practiced Jainism, and so he taught a class, and we had to write an essay.
Yes.
And you know what? He gave me an A for BSing. He says, you don't know anything about Jainism, but you certainly can BS your way through something.
What is Jainism?
I don't know.
This is the new app. Oh, we need a video.
Yeah, well, because we were waiting for the thing to be done to be able to make the video.
That's true.
I mean, it's an ancient religion from India that teaches that the way to liberation and bliss is to live a life of harmlessness and renunciation. The aim of Jane life is to achieve liberation of the soul. Look up the peace symbol. I probably got part of it right, but I
This is a shopping cart? Is that a shopping basket?
yes.
That's the shopping basket.
Yeah.
Is that are we going shopping?
I don't understand because I keep saying, I mean,
Are they crazy?
there's a universal delete button. Why can't they use that? That's what I don't understand. I've asked that, I don't know. Oh, it'll be interesting to see if it does this. Hit a tool for a minute.
Personal property is not the house. Like you know what I'm saying? The picture is wrong. Personal property.
They haven't put down any of the symbols.
Oh, have we said it to them yet?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, I was just saying the last app, these pieces weren't connecting. They were like up. You had to move them. So try to do that. Oh, okay. So now that works. That's cool. Alright.
Here's a question. Well, look at that. You can individually delete things. That's kind of cool.
That doesn't want to do it. So that worked out.
That is awesome. We were just able to delete. And move around our pieces.
Independently.
Independent puzzle pieces.
Alright, so they've done that.
Which is what we wanted.
So
Yay! New. No. New. Client name. Rick. James. Mars. James. Become a Rick. Client successfully added, okay?
let me see where's something. Yeah, see, the one beforehand, this is all of the stuff about the icons. And then I sent them that stuff. So they haven't worked on the icons.
Does email work? Email doesn't work.
Okay, so
Oh, okay. Then if we're going to use it that way, which is how we envisioned in the beginning, then it should be a freaking trash can, not a shopping cart. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
yes. Well, I've asked them many times to just use a traditional looking trash can icon. I don't know how difficult that is.
Puzzle pieces. Set up in Pennsylvania. much junk and left that up there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Rick James. I don't know. That's what I'd say to that. But if I open a new client, it's got to be able to open a new client. See, what am I printing there? I'm not hopeful. I don't know any other way to do it for him. But you know what I mean?
I know.
What do we do?
I don't like it.
Right? I won't show the values.
It's not showing the values. Oh, wait a minute.
I don't want to save it to photos.
Well, I thought this was working last time.
The whiteboard's wanting to save the whiteboard photos, not to save it for the client.
Well, yeah, because it shouldn't save the photos. It should save.
In the client file. Just so they want to access photos.
But if you hit values,
I don't know what report means. It's showing me all the different clients from the report. And it shouldn't, okay, because I might not want my clients to see the other client names. If I'm running a report in front of
you report again. So that's safe then. Because that's the same with open. You wouldn't want. You just have to. You would just say open which file. You have to type the name in because that would be the same with.
I think you have to. You have to show a file list on open. You know what I mean?
But not a report.
Yeah, a report. I don't think it should. I think it should be linked to the file you're in. You know what I mean? Unless you're not in a file.
Something on that for report, but. I mean, they have access to the shared file, so I don't know because I gave them what the report was.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good, good. Who's this?
This is Peter, and I just sent you one more bill.
Oh, right now you did?
I just sent you on Skype. I just pasted the link.
Okay, cool, cool. Hold on one second, Peter. Okay, so we've got Peter on the line. computer is. Install the app.
I would request that kindly delete the old build and then you install this new build.
Oh, wait. So this is a newer bill than the one that you sent us on the 21st?
Yeah, this is the latest one, right? We finished with
Where's it located?
Okay. He said he just messaged it to me on Skype. So,
yeah, I just pasted it on Skype.
okay.
Can you see it?
No, just a minute.
Do you want me to forward it on Deep?
No, I got it. If you will, put it on Elance just so there's a record of it.
Yeah, I'll surely I'll be doing it, but I saw your call was coming.
Yeah, sure.
I thought of pasting it on Skype so that you can review, and then meanwhile I can message you on Skype or Elance.
Okay, I'm hoping this will be final.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everything works.
The build I just pasted on this Skype, it has almost
Yeah.
covering everything, so I don't think so there's much left now. I request that you remove all the old builds which you have installed, remove all of them, uninstall all of them, and reinstall this new build which I sent you, and then test it, check it. I think most of the things are covered here.
Okay. Yeah, I usually uninstall the old builds, or that's what I always do. Is I uninstall the old builds.
Because at times the conflict, and then there are you do not see the updates properly.
Yeah, I agree.
If you want, we can again have a call in 10 minutes if you really want to review it.
Let me look at okay, if you gotta go. I was gonna make sure.
I am not in a hurry. I thought maybe
Okay.
needing time.
Sure.
I am available right here.
Yes, sir. That sounds good. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'm going to install it now. Okay.
Yeah, sure. And once you want to again speak to me, let me know. I'm available. Do you want me to hang up?
If you want to hang out, you can.
Sure, so I'm available. I'm hanging.
Yeah. I'm just going to install it right now. It shouldn't take me, a minute or so to install it. I'm not going anywhere, Nancy. Lock the door. Close the door. You're not getting out of here. Ridiculous. We need to finish. We got a presentation Wednesday, okay?
All right, well, I can make Monday and Tuesday at various times throughout the day.
Yeah, Imran. I mean, Peter.
Yeah.
We're presenting this app on Tuesday to a business group.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think in case anything is left out, do let me know so that I can finish it off this weekend. I think most of the things are already covered and finished.
Okay, I put the new app on here. I mean, obviously we need to insert the new video. We've got to film the video. I'll film the video after we get a good version of the app.
I guess for Wednesday, you could at least have your picture.
I'll do the video today if we can get the app, or tomorrow, okay? At least somewhat working. I like how it goes into the video automatically when you first install, and then it gives you a screen where you can do the tutorial video or the introductory video. I love that. Do you want to go video for me? on Skype? I can show you what we're doing as we walk through it, or what?
Yeah, I can see. That's not a problem. If you really want to show me, I can see your screen.
Okay. You can see me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shopping basket.
Okay.
That's like a shopping basket, like at a grocery store. I just think that should be a trash can.
Okay. You want that to be a basket only?
No, you know, like a
A
normal
recycle bin.
a recycle bin.
No, just trash can. Just a trash can.
Just a trash can like you see on even, you know, I don't know, even a simple what you have on Google, just a little can with a lid on it.
Yeah, let's show them.
I don't know if you can get that any bigger.
Yeah, like, you see that trash can right there? Symbol?
Yeah, got it.
Why not have a symbol like that? Like
And it
an
doesn't
icon?
have to be that big. It doesn't have to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, it could be around that size, but I think probably proportionally it should be skinnier, less width. But, just have a trash can icon there where you can drag. You know what I mean? Something that looks appropriate. But that's like a shopping cart, like I'm putting some vegetables in it or something, or bananas.
I'll change it.
Okay. And then, okay. So, as we go through, what are the new additions in this one?
Probably,
Are these did we do any of these icons?
No.
I don't think we did.
Now, have you changed any of the icons? We sent you that list.
so you want that icons to be changed, right?
Yeah, we sent you
Let's, okay.
on
I'm
the.
just going to lead you through this. Yeah. We sent you Nancy sent you you sent us the icons, okay? Do you remember sending us the
Yeah.
icons?
Yeah, I remember. And then you sent us you replied with your own icons, right?
Well, we replied with corrections and suggestions. Okay?
Yeah, most of them were great. Most of them were great. We just had a few that needed to be changed, and a lot of them just need to have different colors.
Yeah,
So they are not changed.
yeah. We sent you corrections and suggestions on each icon.
Okay. So
Or we told you which icons were okay. Didn't we just tell them which ones need to be changed?
Yeah, most just ones that needed to be changed.
Yeah. I didn't see that any of that work had been done.
Okay. So maybe I'll just ask the developer and I'll just recheck and then I'll send you after changing them maybe in another 2 hours or so. I'll be sending you another built-in another 2 to 3 hours with the correct icons if they are not being placed right.
Well, there's just no icons there.
Okay.
Where are the icons supposed to be? Here?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming the icons were supposed to be, if you clicked on a category, where these squares are on the side. You see what I'm saying? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. But there's nothing there. And these icons, the main icons for tools and assets, are, in my opinion, not all of them are right. What do you think, Nancy? What did you think on income there?
I think they've done those two.
It's like dollars, yens, francs, whatever. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, if you're only dealing in American money, then no, but
Can we start there?
yeah. I think we can start there. Did we have those? Didn't we have icons for those?
Yeah, those icons look kind of funky. We're going to get better icons for the and suggestions for the main categories, okay? Which is just like maybe 8 icons, okay? 8 to 10 icons, okay? Maybe 10.
So you want
The combine button I really like.
Yeah.
Real property looks good too. Personal property is wrong. That's a bad icon for that. Liquid assets is okay. I'm not super. Actually, that could go to income
Well, we didn't want real photos.
on these.
On any of them.
Yeah, I think we kind of wanted. You guys had a really good feel for the icons on the last icon set you sent, right? But the overall categories need to be similar. You know what I mean?
Do you want us to send some more suggestions on any of the other icons which you want us to send you? Any other suggestions?
Yeah, the overall category icons. Yeah, if you could send us some of your suggestions
Right,
for
but
those.
just the top level of categories, okay?
Got it. I got it.
Okay.
I'll be sending you some suggestions.
Well, we can send you, actually trust, let me tell you which ones I like, okay? Trust are good. Long-term care is not. But, well, I'll say this. You said we don't want real pictures, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, she's right. She's right. Nancy's right. We're going away from the real pictures. So, none of them are okay. Except for combine. The combine button, I think, is right.
Yes.
What about real property?
Is that what we're? I mean, yeah, real property's a house. That's
Real property looks good, too.
but personal property
And
probably.
I think the rest of those, personal property, liquid
Okay,
assets. Yeah.
Then you can send me a small note that where I need to send more suggestions.
Yes. We'll tell you where to direct your attention, okay? We'll send you a breakdown of that, all right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing just a little plan here, okay? Like just a really simple, a few puzzle pieces on the screen, okay? I should be able to, now I haven't done a client yet. I should be able to say, okay, I guess I can put the client name down here. I can say Molly, Holly. So this will be Holly Molly, okay? Holy Moly's cousin, Holly Molly. We'll add that, okay? It says client added successfully, okay? Which should save this plan, not shave this plan. So I should be able to go to say report, and it pull up just a report for that account. It's pulling up an entire client list, which is not right. I don't want, if I'm working with a client, I don't want them to be able to see the client list of my other clients. So
So you want some such sort of tab that person can type the name and then he can see whether the person's name, the client name is available or not or something like that?
no,
Yes, we'll have to show.
not at all. No. I think when you're in a file already, see, I'm already in Holly Molly's file, okay? So when I hit report, it should just bring up Holly Molly's report detail.
Okay, so
Because
you decide
everything
whether
is
the account
saved
of a
to-
particular customer.
Because everything is saved to the client. So the report's saved to the client, the work order's saved to the client, the fee agreement saved to the client, the notes are saved to the client, and the whiteboard saved to the client. See notes, okay? When I pull up notes right here, I'm in this one client. I shouldn't be able to see any other notes, but I can.
Sure, I got your point.
It should just be Holly Molly's notes, okay?
Got it. You want that when you are working on one customer, then all the data related to that customer only should be
Yeah, and then when I hit save, it saves everything to that customer. This is my whiteboard, okay? This is my whiteboard for Holly Molly, okay? And I'm going to draw a star, okay? And I'm going to save it. Where did it save it? It should save it to Holly Molly's file, right? So when I pull up a whiteboard when I'm in Holly Molly's file, I should be able to see the star. Where did the star go? Where did it go? When I hit save, where does that go?
Okay.
So Holly Molly, now I might want another whiteboard for Holly Molly. Like I might want to open that up. I might want to go to another whiteboard. I might want to do multiple whiteboards for Holly Molly. But I got to be able to do, to create multiple whiteboards for Holly Molly, save them, and see them. When I pull up whiteboards now, if I've got 5 whiteboards for Holly Molly, I need to be able to flip through. And maybe there's a next button and a back button. And create new whiteboards. But there's multiple whiteboards for Holly Molly, no limit.
Yeah, whiteboards are open, right? So if we really want to see one, then we can click on the one, right?
Okay.
If you remember, we can have a small slider kind of icons in the
Yeah.
footer in the bottom.
Just any way that we can say, okay, well, we're going to account for having multiple whiteboards for Holly Molly for each client, and they're going to be saved to that client, right? So it's just like when you open a program, okay? Any program that you might be familiar with, and I'm working on that client's file.
It's a kind of,
Yeah.
it's a kind that you open multiple tabs of the browser, right?
Okay, so no, I want you to think of it as a file or a client, right? The client name, like Holly Molly, that's her container, okay? That's her cup. Let's envision it as a cup. Let me see that cup. I'm pretty good at illustrating concepts, so I'm going to illustrate a concept. All right. These are my puzzle pieces, and I'm going to save that to Holly Molly's file. These are my whiteboards, and you know what? I have 3 whiteboards for Holly Molly, and I'm going to save those to her file. And you know what? I have one long note that I've written on Holly Molly's file, and I'm going to save that to her file. And then you know what? I have a fee agreement that's automatically going to be generated, and all the values filled in by the work that I did setting up the file. And I have a work order that's automatically going to be filled in and generated by the work that I did with her file. And that's all just within her file. And when I hit save, that's within her file. And then when I hit email, it's going to say, okay, we're going to email everything from that file. We're going to send the whole cup and attach it to an email and pull up email so it emails. The email button doesn't work still. When I hit print, it can give, here's my option, here's my rathers. You can either print the screen that you're on, or you can print all, which would print either, you know what, if I'm in the puzzle pieces, it'll print the puzzle pieces, or it'll print everything, which is all the whiteboards, the notes, the puzzle pieces, the work order, the fee agreement, and something else. And the attorney's signature, what does it do? Let me tell you what it should do, is it should automatically go on the signature line on the fee agreement. That's where it's used. But it doesn't look like it does anything. And I'll say this too. The attorney's signature should be saved to the login. Wait, let's think about that. How do we want that to happen? If you got an admin and a login, one user per attorney. You want to say that.
Right.
Then you have an attorney's signature, and that's saved to that client's file, that attorney's login.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do we want it saved to the client file? So you have to sign it each time.
Well, we had discussed this before because we thought about
We're having a
because
debate.
we thought about if you have a firm that purchased it. We had thought about then you'd have to save it like the firm would have one login and then each client file would have to have an independent, have to have a lawyer sign it. But if each lawyer within that firm had their own login, then you would want that login to be connected to that attorney's signature.
That's
So
not
you're-
how exactly this is going to work
So-
logistically to start out with.
So you would have to decide, like, okay, how they're going to purchase it. Are they going to purchase it as the firm with one login or one login per attorney?
Or do we just have the attorneys sign?
I mean, probably for now, it's probably better to do one attorney per client. That's the simplest, right? So every time he has an open a new file, yeah. So I think that's going to be the simplest way of doing it right now. Is just have each time you open a new client's file, the attorney has to sign it.
From a pricing
What we
control
can do is
standpoint.
we can create users and each attorney, whenever an attorney will be using the application, we can make him to create an account, and then next time he'll be signing in, he has to sign in with the account. So whatever he'll be doing, he'll be within his account.
Yeah.
So that way you have security, data security, and everything will be there, right? So it's
Yeah.
limited, and then we'll create an administrative user. Maybe it can be you or anyone in the company who has all administrative right. So you can see all the attorney files, every attorney files you can see and all. So that can be done.
So that would be the ultimate. We might as well do it now then if you're going to have multiple users in one account.
Yeah, and can we charge more when you create a new user in an account?
Come again, Greg, I didn't get you.
Can we see? I want to be able to control price per user. So if you add a new user, I want it to be extra money that you have to pay because we have to charge. Like, because if I sell to one attorney, it's not fair for one attorney to pay X number, $100, and for an entire firm of attorneys to also pay $100. You know what I mean?
I got it. So that's the business idea which came out of this.
Yeah.
What you can do is like, you can pack up, make it as a bundle, assuming that, maybe application initially supporting 50 attorneys, and then maybe if they really want to add on more attorneys, you can charge them per attorney or something like that. So we will have to we not have to really do much. We have to really upgrade a little bit the backend, but
Okay. Let's say I think you got it, man. Hey,
Yeah, I think
you're
that's-
impressing me with your business skills.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. So yeah, I like the idea of having it up to so many users, right?
Yeah, if you have an individual package and then you
Up
have
to
a firm,
3 users.
then you have a firm package which is up to so many users, and then after those users, then you have to pay for individuals. Or
and then
another
based
firm.
on that, what you can do is like, you can
That's awesome, bro. I like that. Hey, let's do this. Let's do one price. Let's just say price point A, B, and C. Okay. So price point A will be up to. What do you want to do?
Well, that's an individual.
Well, at price point A is individual user. Price point B is what? Up to 3 users. Price point C. Price point C
for
is
individual attorneys.
yeah.
Maybe what you do is one for individual attorney, one for small size law firm which has more up to 10 lawyers, then for mid size lawyer company which has somewhere around 30 to 40 lawyers, and then for large lawyer companies, big lawyer companies where they have more than 100 lawyers and all. And then
All right,
there
just
will be
do
an
it.
ultimate package which is of unlimited users, right?
All right, we're bringing you in as a partner, man.
Okay, that sounds good, Peter. All right,
As
let's,
I said, Greg, that if you really work, we can share a lot of ideas, and I can really add on.
I agree,
just
Peter.
smiling.
I agree, Peter. I can see you smiling even though I can't see you. So
Okay, so let's do that then.
that's good, Peter. I like that. I really do. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna work. You're gonna be our partner on this. Okay.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Here, I will not be like, trust me, but here, we need to go with an admin backend, right? Where we have to, it will be a web-based admin where somebody has to create users from the admin backend, and then everything has to be controlled from web-based admin. It will be really difficult to manage everything on application because you need to be. So this is how generally the mobile application works.
Yeah.
Where you have people users, then you have a web-based admin panel at the backend. You go and set it your PC to whatever you want from the backend admin panel, and then it gets the reflection in the application. So
Yeah. What you're saying is when somebody's ready to activate the app, I would love for them to be able to activate. Have a little free limited version, right? So that's version 1 is free, and then they can activate all the features. You know what I mean? We lock down most of the features, and then we activate the features, and they can buy it. But that's where I have a disconnect. Is do they buy it right in iTunes? Or does it indicate that they need to send us an email or call us so we can set them up on the admin side?
So I'll tell you, Greg, that if you really want to go ahead, I don't know what is your idea, but what we generally do with such things is generally we go with display all functionality of our apps, where we display that how it works, and then we generally use that for getting inquiries, generally, showing up the plan, showing up the features and everything. So that's a phase of your application in general normal website. And there only on that particular website, you can create registration tab where a person who is interested in buying the application can register for different plans which you are offering, right?
Right.
You can enroll, and then once you get the intent of interest, then you can approach them with your marketing plans or maybe with the detailed presentation that what your application does and all and all. And then you can.
I have another idea. Okay, let me throw this out there. Now that you're saying that, I'd like to make it as automated as possible. So, can we make it so when they're ready to activate the plan, they can activate either right within the app, or when they press to activate the paid version and get a username and password, it pops up their browser on their mobile, okay? And they can see the website, okay, which will advertise it, and then they can create their account there, which will, in the back-end admin portion, automatically set them up as a user at that level. And take their credit card right there, and then it will email them a username and password.
So what you want is you want to give them the complete control, that you do not want the back and forth kind of thing. You want that once a user comes on site, he should be able to do the complete transaction, right?
I think letting the user do the entire registration would be nice, okay? Very nice. But we need to be able to see everybody who does download the app and have an interest in the app, right? So we need to get that information gathering, and automatically, plug them into a newsletter and things like that. So we need the ability to do that. But I'd like for the purchase process to be automated at their level.
Okay. So that can be done. That's not a problem.
My only question is whether we're doing that, whether we're taking that money and giving them that registration username, and then letting them click a link in the email to set up their password, right, on the website, or if we can do that right within the app. If we can say, okay, register, and then it displays 3 plans. What's that?
There are 2 ways of doing it. One is the way I was suggesting, that there will be a website where person can go and do the complete transaction there itself. If the person is not using the website and he is using the app, so what he can do is he can download the app, and in the first 2 screens, or maybe after this particular screen of how it works, the introduction and all, we can ask them to opt for the plans, and then within the app we can redirect him to the website, and then once he completes the financial transaction, maybe buying of the plans which he is wanting and all, he'll be getting a user ID and password on his registered email ID, and once he gets the registered email ID and password, he can again come to the app and use his login credentials. So that
right, and he has to pay. And once he's paid and created his ID and password,
once he paid and created, once he choose the plan, everything on the site, right, he has to pay. See, he can create a fixed plan, right? He can directly pay on the website from the app itself. He can pay, and once the payment is done, payment is through, he can be given login ID and password, so that he can go back to the app, and then he can log in and he can use the app.
I got you. Yeah, absolutely.
I hope that makes sense to you.
I mean, right now we need to get the app done too.
Yeah, that's right. See, what we'll be doing is currently I'll be completing the app with the current features which we have already discussed, and then I'll be sending the bill to you, and then I will try to give you a document suggesting all the discussions which we had about this, the new thing which we discussed about, creating different packages and
Yeah, and I think that's getting the. I mean, I'll be generous here. I think that's getting beyond our work scope, right? And we're developing, getting into the business side. So I think, okay, in my opinion, here's where we're at. I think to uphold your end of the bargain, you need to finish the technical app so it works and it's good. Okay. Then I think let's create a new fee. Okay, for you and your company.
That's why, Peter. That's why, Greg. I just said that first we'll finish
Yeah.
whatever we have set up, and then I can send you what I have perceived out of this discussion, and then how it will work, what would be the tentative cost to finish all that and all that can be taken separately, right?
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. Yeah, you get it. So there's another fee in it for you, okay, for helping us develop the business side and the transactional side. Yeah.
Because Peter, that will involve a lot of Greg, that will involve a lot of things, and then we can do a lot of customization also,
Okay.
and then I can put a lot of value adds which we are already doing for our customers, and how they are developing their business plans, what are the business enhancing features they are using, and how they are doing and all. So I can propose you, and then whatever best suits you, you can take it on, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've grown to like you, okay, working with you lately, all right? We had a rough start, a rocky start, but I enjoy working with you now. I think Nancy does too, and appreciates your input. I appreciate your input today.
No, definitely, Greg. I did not thought that what kind of inputs you were looking for, or else, trust me, we would have finished it long back.
Yeah.
We also had
But-
did not had that kind of understanding that what exactly is you're looking for. I can see your mails earlier in the early part of the transaction where you were continuously pushing for a person or maybe account manager who can put value adds, who can collaborates with your ideas to make a successful business model and all.
I really only like working with people who have ideas, and if there's one thing I know is that I'm not always right. I always think I am to begin with, okay, but I'll listen to your ideas. I want to hear the ideas, and I appreciate your input.
That's what we are here, because it works mutually, right, Greg? Because see, when we work, when we collaborate, when we exchange ideas, then definitely it works mutually, right? Because it creates work for us also. So, but I will.
Let me tell you where there's other work. We've got another app coming right behind this one that's very similar, but that'll be for the banking industry, okay? It's very similar, though. It'll really be some tweaks, and we can use this as the foundation.
Trust me, Greg, even whatever way you want us or not, but I will definitely give a lot of things, and then I would love that your business idea should be a super successful idea, because I know, because we have been putting so much of efforts with you, and if it gets successful, somehow we'll also earn, and we'll also get a lot of good referrals from you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you can get a lot of business with us, okay? And you can get a lot of referrals from us, yes, obviously. But I think that you can partner with us to bring these apps to market and really be a participant in that. And we're interested in you doing that. Also, I have another app that we want to create as well. So there's two coming that are similar or spin-offs of what this is, okay? And I always have, you do more than app? Do you do more than just apps?
Yeah, we do a lot of things. Sites to app, we do a lot of customized software development. We do a lot of web application development. We do everything. Like we do support, administrative support services. We have a lot of clients for which we have a big administrative support service team where we do a lot of e-commerce support, where we do a lot of back office support to claim management companies, insurance companies, and all. We do a lot of work.
Okay.
Because
Well, we got, like I said, we got off to a rocky start, but I've enjoyed working with you lately. I appreciate you bringing this home, and I think there's a lot of other things we can do. I have a ton of other things going on too that we haven't even talked about, that I do all the time with other contractors. So I try to stay busy. I work most of the time. I think you do too, because you're always available.
Yes. We do. You see that when I really saw that things are not going well, and you concerned about casting part also. You see, for last two and a half week or 2 weeks, we are not billing you because I can understand your concern. So first, I want to give you something.
Is this the newest one that you
Well,
just
I mean,
sent us?
you know, we've just gone way over budget. I think we need to finish the app. Then let's move on to the customization process. Yeah.
I can
What's the
understand.
report
That's right.
form?
I'm here, definitely. I'm not going to charge you on this app anymore.
Is this the newest one?
The
Or
current
you just
scope
downloaded
finishes.
from there?
So I made it a point, I deliver once, and then maybe additional things which are there and all. You also will agree to it, then you'll be paying us extra for that. But this scope I will finish in the amount which you already paid to us, right?
Okay, Peter, can I ask you a question? I sent you where to find the report form that should go under report. Did you not find it on the shared file? Do you want me to send you that separately?
Please, if you can share, because see, I think somehow we missed that shared the file in the shared folder.
Or just
You can
upload
send
it
us
right to
through
email.
email.
You can do
I
that.
don't know. I'll see what I can do.
So
Okay,
moving forward, so what I need from NCQ is that
I'm gonna try.
you can really note down few things or final changes which you want us to do. Then I can put my team like anything so that we can finish it off before Tuesday. Your presentation.
Because these are the ones.
You give the presentation.
Wednesday morning's our presentation.
Yeah, so till Tuesday.
So the app needs to work like we want it to work. Okay.
These are the ones that I went to.
No, that's fine. That will work great. Trust me. I will put my efforts. Like
You know, so the print needs to work. Either with the screen you're on or printing everything within the file, all the documents. Okay. And
sure.
email needs to work. Just attaching all the different documents to the email. The notes and whiteboard need to work. Being just specific to the file. The fee agreement and the work order.
I don't really like Google Drive.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So what's a better one?
I don't know. I think we're okay.
Well, because
That's the
half the stuff that's in, I can't move it. Like somehow it got over to my personal file, but it won't let me move it into the shared file. It's crazy.
to download it and upload it.
Sorry, I don't want to get that technological in my life. Computers went down tomorrow.
Fee agreement, okay? The fee agreement. If you'll take a look at it and understand it a little bit, okay? Just take a look at it and wrap your mind around it a little bit. There's a lot of notes that I just put in here, okay? Where things are supposed to be filled in the blank. Okay? Like there's got to be a spot for them to actually type in the law firm name somewhere. Which means I think we need some kind of something in the beginning that asks them to fill in the details that we need. Like we need to know their law firm name so we can put it in there. It keeps clicking off on my screen too, if you see. I don't know. I've got some red there.
I'll take all these inputs and I'll do the necessary changes.
And
Sending
then
you another build in a day, maybe. Tomorrow same day I'll send you one more build with all the changes.
And then check this out, Peter. On the fee agreement, like I have general durable power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, living will, and for it to go ahead and put in the dollar amount from the fee schedule, right? From our price schedule that we put in the other part. But it's not putting it in, and this should, it keeps clicking off for some reason. Okay, and whatever's in the plan for the fee agreement with the client should be pulled from the puzzle pieces, right? From whatever tools we're using, Then the subtotal, discount, and total automatically filled in, and then going down the fee agreement, there are some blanks that need to be filled in by us, but then this is a total price there, off which then we would fill in how much has been paid and how much is owed, right? Because they'd be paying the attorney. And the place for the attorney's signature to go is above here. The attorney's signature screen, that should plug in a signature just that size right there. And underneath it, that attorney's name should be filled in from his username, right? His user ID. You know, whatever his name is, that should, or her name is, that should go there. Then the client name goes there, and that would go, really should be pulled from, I imagine there's got to be somewhere you put in the client name. Unless that's Holly Molly. That should be Holly Molly, I think.
Yes.
You know, that should be the client name there. You know, I mean, we're getting there, but we're getting there. Do you see how I'd like for things to be pulled together, though?
Yeah, I got it. Now I got the complete idea about what you are looking for. So basically, I'll just try to incorporate all that and be sending you another build.
So I'll show you. I don't know if this is just right now where I'm at and I need to start over, but right now the values button is not working for me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and if I go to open, this is the only other thing. Like I'm going to hit save, okay? Client updated successfully, and I've just got these puzzle pieces out there. That's pretty much it, okay? If I want to open a new client, let's say I want to open David, whatever David was. It just leaves, it shows David here, right? So you see David up here. But then it's the same puzzle pieces for Holly Molly. It's not like new puzzle pieces. So it doesn't, so if I select a new client, if I go to open, back to Holly Molly, right? It shows Holly Molly up here, and it should open her file, right?
Okay.
So when I open a new client, or I open an old client that I've saved, it should be everything, you know, the whiteboards, notes, puzzle pieces, everything, you know, fee agreements, everything from there that was saved to them. Is that doable with an iPad app? Is that achievable? Is that okay? Can we do that? Do you know? Can we do that, Peter?
Peter? Hello?
Yeah, Peter, can we do that? Can we do that? Can we have everything open that's been saved to that client and have multiple clients with you know, just their information saved? Can we do that with this app? He had an internet connection issue. It's saying it'll try to reconnect it. I love Skype. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Without the technology we're using, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, I know that, but
I
I'm
don't know
just.
what happened with the apps thing. With Google.
But some of that stuff that you're talking about, I mean, it's going to take me a while to wrap my head around it. So.
What do you mean? Can I wrap? I mean, I want to get it
No,
done.
you can't. No, it's all about what you guys are talking about, like the pricing and the back end and how it's. I mean, I just assume things are automated. I don't want to have to take in people's information.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Peter, I sent you the report form.
You got it? Okay. What did you say?
Sent him the report.
All right. Here's the deal. I like Peter now. We've so switched. I think Max and I are going to kill each other. What's odd, though, is that Max and Peter sound like the same person, don't they?
Yes.
It's almost like they switched identities. I'll change my name and start over. That's awesome, though. I love that. So
I sent them the report form via Gmail.
look at that. It doesn't matter which way you turn it. It flips. Cool. That's cool.
Okay, so go to these. Okay, the icons that don't work are basically all of them. LTC, insurance, liquid assets, personal property, deeds, foundation, and trusts.
You mean
The icons.
we need them to look like, we want them to look like icons, similar to the other icons.
Right,
Okay?
but the combine button.
Tell them the combine button's fine.
Real property.
I actually
okay.
like the combine button. They made that themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't need to say button though.
I'm
just
not
needs
in
to say
love with the
combine.
real property. It looks okay. You know what I mean?
And then I have income is okay.
No, I don't like income.
So you don't like anything except the combine button.
Because I think, I mean, I know, you know, we might get international with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think we need to tailor it to the different markets. there's enough money to be made in each market to tailor it to each market. Don't you think so?
Yes, I got
Don't you think so?
I need to get a real computer.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just in summary, I think we need to. I just want, I want to make sure that all the client information, from puzzle pieces to notes to whiteboards to fee agreements to reports, all those are saved under that one client name. And then when I open up a new client, it opens up all their information too, right? And discard. And you know what I'm saying? Is that doable? Can we do that with this app? I just haven't seen that happen yet.
So you want everything to be in one basket, right? That if a customer, all the things related to the customer should be in one folder or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, think about it from just what you know about doing programming or computers or anything else. Yeah, everything from that client should be in that client file, right?
Sure.
The whiteboards, everything related to that client goes to that one client file. Period.
Sure, we'll be doing it. We'll be sending you it by doing it by same time tomorrow. I'll be sending it.
We've come a long way, but it seems like to finish it off, it's taken a while just to get all the details right. But let's. Hey, Nancy and I'll meet as soon as you send us a new app, and we're gonna send you the new notes. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I know we're gonna finish this quickly. I mean, I want to get it done, and then you and I will, and Nancy will go back and figure out how to price it. If there's a back end admin, how we're gonna control it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And that'll be a new payment fee and schedule for you. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Talk to you soon.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, Nancy.
Well, that's it. I'm pretty much in love with Peter now. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Because if there was, I would marry Peter by now.
I know. I'm still trying to get over your thing that you used to play sports, so when you got excited, you had to touch a man. I'm gonna put that on like everywhere.
What
That's
was
coming
it?
from a very straight man. Well, I think he's very straight.
What was
It
it?
might
What
swing
I
both ways for all I
say? What
know.
I say? You had to do what?
You said you got really excited last time Robert was here, and you said,
Yeah.
"Robert, shake my hand." Robert's like,
Or give you five or something?
something. He says,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
okay."
give you five.
He says, "I used to play sports, so when I get excited, I have to
Touch
touch a
a man.
man." Is that why they all?
Well, what sports, dude? Yeah, I mean, you got to pat a butt.
I know you got a bunch of homophobes touching
You
each
got to pat
other.
a butt,
What
or
is
you
that?
got to give them five, dude. I mean, it's sport. When you grow up, you're kids.
But
You're
where
kids.
did butt touching come from? I mean,
I'll
you're grown,
smack them on the butt. I'll smack my kids on the butt.
you're grown full men, and I mean, I bet you most football players are homophobes, and they're touching each other's rear ends.
I'm not going.
Not that we're off the
You're
subject.
not baiting me in that.
I'm not. No,
Okay.
I know that.
I mean,
I'm just
too smart for
asking.
that.
I'm just
but
asking.
But when I'm excited and like freaking, I'm just on the court since great things happen. I'll smack somebody on the butt, or you got to give them five or something, man.
I just say focus.
Yeah, it's brotherly love. It's brotherly
Yeah,
love.
women don't maybe have that. We don't know.
Yeah, you
I
guys-
don't like it.
Yeah, you guys do. Watch the female basketball.
I know they hug. I know I wasn't like that.
Huh?
I wasn't like that. I
You guys
say.
are hugging each other, kissing each
I
other.
just feel like get back in place. Let's keep going. That's how I am.
Anyway, Peter's gonna fire me.
We've
I hope
already
he's
been
not on-
fired.
he's
We've
on-
already been
Oh
fired.
yeah, we've been fired and rehired already. All right. So anyway,
All right. So that's okay. He's gonna send this though. So please send.
I amuse myself. I'm pretty much my own best friend, Nancy.
Oh, I always make myself laugh because nobody else is going to.
I'm excited too because this is what my kid has. That's the picture on my iPad right now that we're using. I don't even know what that is. What kind of animal is that? It's one of the strangest animals we have to have as pets.
No, I liked how he just kind of gets how he want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or how he might do it.
Well, I think he's surprised. I mean, it's like he's smart.
Yeah.
Peter's smart. I'm not.
Business wise.
Yeah.
And communication. And he can communicate. I wanted to.
But I'm not sure he's getting the. Hopefully, he gets the concept now. I mean, it's very, very simple. It's like everything else you do. Everything is under one file. That's what I don't get why we've had so much trouble with that with all the other developers.
Pour gasoline on people and set them on fire in India every once in a while. That's what I wanted to do to Max. Not Peter though. I hope they're not the same person. Max sounds just like Peter, and we think maybe Max is Peter. But Max
He reinvented himself just for.
as Peter. That's different though. Why do they set fire? They set fire to women.
Yes.
Like if they look at another man or something.
Well, if their husband, I don't know if they practice it anymore, but they used to, when their husband died and they set the man's body on fire, the wife is supposed to throw herself on the fire.
Yeah, I mean that's true love.
No, that's just crazy town. That's like people getting buried alive with the Pharaoh. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's devotion.
I don't have that kind of devotion.
You don't love me if you won't jump on my funeral pyre. Isn't that a song by the Doors?
I don't know.
He says funeral pyre in one of his songs. Like you can't get much higher or something.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a little random. Use this knowledge and facts.
Well, they used to, and I don't know if that it might be still in rural areas, that if the husband died, the wife was blamed. They had this one girl. She was 8 years old.
Yeah.
She was
It's probably her fault.
yeah. She's a prostitute on the side of the street now at 8 years old because her 65-year-old husband died. I mean, that's insane. I mean, what part of the human knowledge thinks that's okay in any culture?
I don't know.
That's just crazy to me.
That craziness.
Not that it's not right or wrong. I
Yeah.
just don't understand it. It's not my culture.
It's not. Yeah, my wife's lucky.
I hope she's not watching this.
I have the perfect marriage. All right, is that it? Are we done?
Yes.
All right, I think we're done. Until next time,
Okay.
we'll get it.